Good morning, everyone. We're about to bring you the latest COVID-19 UAE updates. However, if you found this podcast through an article, which so many of you are doing, please hit that subscribe button wherever you get your podcasts so you can get your Dubai news daily. Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about. Last week, the internet shook a little bit with the Money Kicks exclusive here on Lovin Dubai that he was potentially going to fight Floyd Mayweather. We have that full interview coming later in the show, so please stay tuned for that. We'll also be talking all things Jubin Nautiyal, the singer who's coming to perform at the Coca-Cola Arena at the end of the month. This is he's actually the sponsor of the show, so all opinions and statements are Lovin Dubai's. We will be talking international media claims that Michelangelo's David is censored at Expo 2020, which are of course completely untrue, and we have the latest on that. We'll also be talking everything Miss Universe UAE, which is coming to Dubai in less than a month. So it got announced on Thursday, and they've already had over 11,000 applicants. Actually, the internet and the website crashed with that announcement because the website crashed with, I think, 1,000 applicants in the first hour. But before we get to all of that, how are you doing? Good morning. Instagram, I'm opening your comments. Facebook, I see you. Was the fog as bad this morning when you left the house? For me, it was not. But in case it was, please drive carefully. Can you see behind me? Usually, we have a gorgeous view of JLT, and I can see AIM Dubai. The largest Ferris wheel in the world is, I don't know what, a good 1 kilometer, 2 kilometer away, but the fog can't see it. The UAE issued a fog alert, and it's going to be like this until 9 a.m. So for your late riser, it's not going to affect you. But it was not like this when I left the house, but in typical UAE fashion, it descended quite quickly, and it's all over the UAE. There's, if you go onto the National Center for Meteorology, they have issued an alert pretty much countrywide. So it's a red alert in some areas and a yellow alert in some areas, but I feel like it's already lifting. Because when I came into the studio like 30 minutes ago, I could not see the ground. And if you look on our Instagram, we shared the story, could not see the ground. So send us your videos, let us know if it's bad where you are, and good morning to you all. Before we get to our top stories, a quick shout out that on Sunday, the 10th of October, which is today, the world celebrates Mental Health Awareness Day. And as you know, that the best thing you can do for mental health awareness is talk. And if you can't talk, the best thing you can do is listen. So just in general, the conversation surrounding mental health has really opened up, I feel, since COVID. Obviously, I think people's situations were more in the spotlight, whether you're at home alone or you're away from family. So the conversation around mental health has opened up. And the real point of today is about awareness. So I think it's a constant narrative that we need to remind ourselves and each other that if we're going through things, we can talk about it. And I think this is quite powerful. There's a world webinar happening, and it's free for you to join in at 7 p.m. tonight. The timings are quite helpful because you'll be home from work. And it's an interesting webinar, and they're talking, they have, I think, 5 coaches from around the world talking about different things. So body image, they're talking about money. They're also talking about how men should talk, life and marriage coach, and it's 7 p.m. UAE time. So if you want to tune in, it will be quite an interesting one. And like I said, the best thing you can do with mental health awareness is talk. And if you can't talk, the best thing you can do is listen. So tune into that webinar. Like I said, 7 p.m. I actually need to get the link for you because I forgot to name it. It's claudiasidoli.com. Claudia, CLAUDIASIDOLI.com. But it's also just a reminder that today is Mental Health Awareness Day. So even if you don't want to tune into this webinar, how about you send a message to a friend if you haven't been in touch in a while, someone that you know that might need a little help, and just say, hey, how are you? Because I think that's all that we can do. I think that conversation surrounding mental health is always quite tricky because whether it's you going through it or someone else going through it, it's how do you, even though we have awareness now, it's how do you have those conversations? It's like, how do you break the barrier? And I think simply saying, how are you? And just checking in on people is quite helpful. Let's move into our top stories. Are you interested? The first ever Miss Universe UAE will take place in Dubai. There are already over 11,000 applicants. This news is legitimate. So if you want to be the first Miss Congeniality, because I think this is what it's bringing me back to, this is your chance, because the opportunity to be in a huge pageant like Miss Universe UAE is coming to Dubai, and it's the very first time. The pageant will take place on November 7th this year. It's October 10th. It's taking place on November 7th. Not enough time. But it's like there's no time to prepare. That's why the applications and castings started on October 7th. So if you're interested, get your application in ASAP. So you're probably wondering what's needed, what's required, and I think the requirements are quite interesting. It's open to all residents and citizens. So any resident of the UAE, providing you've been here for 3 years, you can apply. You need to be within the ages of 18 and 28, which takes me right out of the equation. You will not see me applying to be Miss Universe UAE because I'm well over the age bracket. As long as you've been here for 3 years, there's no swimsuit competition. It's worth noting. It's going to work a little differently to other Miss Universe pageants. And there's also no height requirement, because I think some people think that you need to be a certain height for these things. But there's no height requirement. And of the first, I think in the first hour, they had 1,000 applicants. So the website crashed. There's that much interest. But over the course of the weekend, they've had 11,000 applicants. From those, they're going to whittle it down to just 30. And of those, the 30 will move on to the live show. But before that, there'll be pre-pageant activities such as photo shoots, runway challenges, commercial shoots, a preliminary activewear section, so get out your active leisure, evening gown, and a closed-door panel interview. And when the final event happens, it will be 3 hours long. It's happening in Habtoor City. Like I said, the interest for this was really phenomenal. It's so interesting how these events evolve and change over the years, and it's the first time it's ever come to the UAE, so I think it's super exciting. Ali, thoughts? Will you be watching it live? I certainly will be.
Maybe. Yeah.
I love the opportunity of the amount of different nationalities that are going to join it, because that's what's so unique to the UAE. So we'll see like a, you know, if it's like Miss Ireland or Miss Philippines or Miss Taiwan, but here in the UAE you'll have a whole host of nationalities, which I think is quite interesting. A quick shout out, by the way, because the first ever National Director of Miss Universe UAE, Josh Youngan, he actually said Miss Universe UAE is not just a parade of beauty or celebration of intelligence, but moreover, she is a paragon of a purposeful queen and a heart to serve and help through her advocacies. So he's basically saying it's not just a beauty pageant, which some people might suggest, but it's also for the queen to kind of move forward and support whatever causes she's getting behind. That's Josh Youngan, founder and chief executive of Dubai's Youngan Events, and also the new president and national director of Miss Universe. He's of course a friend of Lovin. He's been in studio here before, so a massive shout out to him on this momentous historical occasion. But it really is interesting to see 11,000 people applying for it. Are you applying for it? Do you have your application in, or is it something you will steer clear of? Let us know. Quick shout out, actually, I mentioned to Instagram at the beginning that Simran isn't, of course, beside me this morning. She's taking a little bit of leave, but she'll be back in a couple of days. So it's just me today, but she'll be back. And because it's just me, please keep your comments flowing in. This is what I'm here for in the morning. When the show ends, I love to read back over them. So if you're doing anything fun, if you're doing anything interesting, if you see the fog, if you're having a day bed, if you're just taking a personal day, let us know. Love to read your comments. Moving on to a story which has really caught our attention here at Lovin Dubai over the weekend. This is the fact that international media is claiming that Michelangelo's David is censored at Expo 2020 Dubai, and these claims are completely untrue. So I'm just going to read a couple of headlines that have caught our attention. So for example, Forbes, internationally well-renowned, well-respected media, their title said, "Modest mandatory for Michelangelo." Pretty much saying Michelangelo must be kept modest. Reuters says Dubai offers close-up of David's Michelangelo, but only from the neck up. They're of course referring to David's Michelangelo, which is on show at the Italian pavilion at Expo 2020 Dubai. Interesting headlines, which I think would certainly stamp the UAE as a conservative country. And the controversy surrounding a renowned nude sculpture in the Italian pavilion Expo 2020 Dubai is really making headlines, but for all the wrong reasons. So basically, Michelangelo's David is a 6 to 7 meter tall 3D replica of the world famous Renaissance statue, and it's being exhibited, like I said, at the Italian pavilion. However, it's being covered globally for censoring parts of David, and in some words, they've said to remain modest in a conservative region. This is completely untrue, and if you go there, you can actually view the full biblical figure when visiting the pavilion. The enlarged sculpture stands 2 floors tall, and it's contained within an octagon gallery. So if you go, what's really, really interesting is when you visit in Florence, you see you're standing on the floor, obviously, and you're viewing the entire replica like this. Now, how they've done at the Italian pavilion is because it's such a large structure, you can actually view it from the first floor and the ground floor. So you're getting a totally different perspective and view of the statue. And what they have said directly from Expo, the artistic director, David Ramello, he has countered any of these international reports. I'm like, not even Reuters, not even Forbes, like the Times, everyone covered saying Dubai is covering David. Now, he has said these are completely untrue. He's denying all and any forms of censorship has been imposed. So this 6 meter tall reproduction masterpiece allows visitors looking at the statue from the first floor of the pavilion to see David at eye level, and you'll get a totally different view to the one tourists get in Florence, and you can also see him from ground level. So not only are we having this incredible 3D replica on display, it also gives you a whole new way to appreciate the art, which I think is pretty cool. They also said, finally on this one, while walking at the area, people are free to observe the lower part of the statue, which is fully exposed. There you go. What, Ali? Just thumbs up. It's so, like, it's just so surprising. Expo opens. It is just phenomenal out there. Like, I was there once so far. I plan to go again and again, and I saw a tiny snippet. And throughout this weekend and last weekend, I keep seeing more and more incredible things, like all of the incredible architecture of each pavilion. You're probably seeing more and more photos of them, and there's just so much to consume. And then, while all of this is going on, you see international media reports saying, oh, Dubai is censoring David's Michelangelo. That's like, why are you, literally all of them took this Reuters report, flew with it, totally untrue. Like Richard, our CEO, he was out there, he actually got this video of David totally unintentionally prior to all the controversy. He takes the video, thinks it's interesting, we don't share it, you know, he has the video, and then it all comes out and it's like, but it's just so crazy that there was no eyewitness report. And if you, 1 second, we've just gone low on IG, can you, sorry, we just lost connection on Instagram, but we're gonna welcome you back.
We're back.
I'll finish my TED talk on this one quite shortly. No, it is just so crazy because what's happening at Expo is so incredible. And I think as Dubai residents, we are so proud of the incredible intertwine of cultures that's happening out there. Not even that, how all countries are represented in such unique, fantastic, extraordinary ways that we could not have envisioned 2 weeks before this. You know, we talked about what Expo was and trying to kind of get a gist of it, but when you go there, it's unparalleled to any Expo that's taken place before. And just when you see these headlines, basically trying to rip at Dubai for being conservative, when this particular aspect is so untrue, and it's really just, the pavilion is really just heralding art. Frustrating. So interesting story. International media headlines are wrong. They're shaming Dubai and we're not having any of it. We'll move on to a UAE resident rescued a kitten, next story, that was stuck in a car, and these are the positive vibes that we should be beginning our week with. Yes. So we'll move on from the last one. This is a gorgeous story. Fahad, who is a UAE resident, heard meows coming from beneath this car, and then he saw these tiny little paws sticking out. He then spotted the mother cat standing near the car, which confirmed to him that there must be a cat within. So Fahad immediately bent over to free the little kitten that looks like it's just a couple of weeks old. Teeny tiny baby kitten. It's adorable. If you're watching on Instagram, we shared the story at the weekend, but also on Facebook, you can see the video beside me. Of course, the kitten's mother was there to help, waiting as Fahad was able to free the little kitten. Like, it's super duper cute. And it's interesting because actually this isn't a solo story, because kittens actually, when they're cold, I didn't realize this, but they actually usually find these areas that are quite warm, which is in this engine compartment. So kittens actually find their way in, but it's super dangerous. So what you can do is if you actually rap on a certain area of the car, it gets their attention, they might jump out. If you ever see these little kittens stuck.
I've seen and I've heard many stories of like cats going into cars.
Yeah.
Especially when it's winter.
Especially when it's winter. Question. I know it's foggy this morning, but I went out yesterday morning at 7 a.m. and there was condensation on the grass. Is that because it's cold? But it's not, because it's still, same time today I came to work, it was super humid. Oh, was it humidity on the grass?
Probably humidity, yeah. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, I was like, surely it's not cold yet. It's not cold yet. It's still humid. The humidity is high. So basically, what cats do is they hide in engine compartments, especially when it's cold. So what you need to do is tap on the hood to make sure the cat is not hiding inside, and listen for meows. So Fahad, thank you for saving this little kitten's life, and anyone else. If you hear little meows coming from a car engine, try and rescue them.
Yes.
Scary. Let's move on. Something super duper exciting. The incredible Jubin Nautiyal is all set to take Dubai by storm this October. He is, of course, one of Bollywood's most sought after male vocalists. He's coming to the Coca-Cola Arena with his hits such as Barara Man and Kabali Hoon. The pop Indian classical crooner. He needs your introduction, of course. When we broke the news a couple of weeks ago that he was coming, I think people were super duper excited. And you can catch him on Friday, October 29th at the Coca-Cola Arena. He'll perform live in concert courtesy of Bluebud in partnership with DIFX, which is the Dubai Financial Exchange. Gates will open at 8 p.m. and the show starts at 9:30. So if you're looking for a fabulous evening of music, if you're a fan of the incredible performer, get your tickets because they will not last long, as always with these Coca-Cola Arena concerts. Also, are venues at full capacity yet? I don't think so. Almost nearly. But in case, potentially, just get your tickets now because they will not last. Okay, that is it for me. Before I sign off, a quick reminder. We sat with Money Kicks last week. Of course, Rashid Belhassa. He's grown up before our eyes. I just want to say, by the way, we've been fortunate enough to have him in the studio twice before. And for someone who's had so much international media attention, for someone who's had so many headlines about him, and of course has had such a life of wealth, luxury and extravagance, such a nice guy.
Lovely guy.
Lovely,
humble, nice guy.
Couldn't fault him. We have so many people come into the studio and it's always a good positive vibe, but he actually I don't know, when he walked away, I was so impressed. He went out of his way to be polite and to just chat. And he was just super nice. But not only with being super nice, he gave us a world exclusive that he is potentially going to fight Floyd Mayweather. So watch the interview, and also a reminder that he is fighting in the Social Knockout 2, which is taking place at the Coca-Cola Arena next weekend. We had the I guess some of the beef between the fighters on Thursday, and like the Social Knockout 1, these fighters are going in and they are ready to make heads roll. So please watch this interview with Money Kicks. So nice to have him in the studio, and you'll get the world exclusive about his Mayweather fight. Facebook, Instagram, turn on to Facebook. Lovin Extra is here. This is the new membership, and while absolutely nothing changes for our readers, extra members get access to premium content, exclusive competitions, and first look for tickets and access to the coolest events across the city, and Lovin merch. If you subscribe right now, a very cool Lovin Red Eco Water bottle will be delivered to your door. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. We are now joined by our favourite social media superstar who is back in fighting action once again for the Social Knockout Part 2. Welcome to the show, Money Kicks.
Thank you so much. You guys are my favourite Instagram, and such an honour coming back. And inshallah, this event will be a big one.
Sure. Thank you so much for coming back. We're always happy to have you. So much has happened since the last one. You went into the fight for the first ever time, your first public fight. What was that like for you?
It was a different feeling, fighting in your own country, the stress, the people are there, your family is there, the sheikh is there, so you're fighting in your own country and you're fighting someone who has more weight on you, you know? So I played the mind game with that guy, I wanted him to come pissed. I was I was cussing. So I was cussing him, in the ring. You can cut that. I was cussing him, you know, so to get him pissed, because first round I know he's gonna get tired.
Yeah.
So when he got tired, I played with him. I outboxed him.
Yeah. Very interesting that you say that, because even before the fight, you were making headlines.
Yeah.
Because in the pre-fight, you threw flour on him.
Yeah, I wanted him to come angry. Because I wanted him.
Why did you decide to do that, and what was he like after you did it? You were calling him a rat, by the way.
Yeah, he's a rat. I just threw it because I wanted him to come angry. Because he was so pissed. People didn't know. He didn't know. People think it was proper. He didn't know. I came boof. So from that day, he's so angry. So he came very angry to the fight. So he first round, he was done, dead. But it's all a mind game thing. I like playing mind games with people.
How did you feel entering that ring for the first time? What were you like pre-fight versus post?
In the locker room, I was chilling. I'll be like, people were like, you're gonna be like scared. I was chilling, I was too confident. And when entering the ring, you're like looking at the stadium, you're like, why am I doing this?
Fair.
Yeah. So, but I was confident, I was just laughing, chilling. And yeah, when the fight came, face became serious, no joke. I'm usually like, I like to dance and this, but this time I was like, in my country, no way I'm gonna lose in my country, in front of my people. So, and then he started that drama, the judges and this. If every boxer saw that fight, we play by points. When he ran me down in the first round, punches don't get counted when you hit your hands. So every punch is like, if you count, I outboxed him so bad, but he wanted to do some excuses. Oh, the referee, that, this. But end of the day, I won.
That's true.
Yeah.
You finished that confident.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling for the next fight? Guys, in case you didn't know, Social Knockout Part 2 is happening also Kokorula, October 15th.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about this fight?
Oh, this fight, I'm coming really different. This fight, I'm going to knock this guy out. Like, I respect him.
This is a prediction, we're going for a knockout?
Yeah, first round knockout. This time he's gonna feel it.
I love the fight.
And plus, this event is really different because we're fighting real boxing gloves.
Okay.
That one was Muay Thai 16 ounce. This is 12 ounce proper leather boxing. Like one punch, you're gonna see all the card that's fighting, all knockouts.
This is quite soon after the first one.
Yeah,
so after the first one, did you take a rest or did you go straight into preparing for round 2?
I was celebrating maybe for 2 weeks straight, you know.
What do celebrations look like?
I was just like enjoying life, going everywhere. I was just like happy. I felt like walking in the streets, people were happy. Like I felt like I was like Mike Tyson. People were like, you know, because boxing is not that popular here.
Yeah.
So people were like, oh, like they were all happy, you know. So this time is gonna be totally different. And I went before this camp I started. I went to Umrah, so changed to Saudi Arabia, changed the whole mood, and I felt good, you know.
So people preparing for these fights last time,
Yeah.
Logan Paul flew in.
Yeah.
How did he help prepare you?
He was like just chill. Like he was like talking to me like it's all about footwork. He came to the gym, taught me some stuff, and he called me after the fight. He's like, you did good and everything. So it's like, you know, a guy who fought Floyd Mayweather, fought everybody, you know. So respect to him. He came, supported me and everything.
This is the thing. So that was actually the beginning of social media
Yeah,
fighters. Logan Paul,
KSI.
Floyd Mayweather, huge money fight. You're going into Social Knockout Part 2.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next,
Look at that smile!
no, you never know. Maybe Floyd. Some talks are happening.
Talks are happening between you
and Floyd Mayweather. Yeah.
In the region.
In the region, in Dubai.
That would be huge.
Yeah, there is big. This is like exclusive love in Dubai. Yeah, there is talks.
Floyd Mayweather
Against
versus
me.
Money Cakes.
I don't care. I don't lie to myself. That's the biggest thing I know. I don't care if I get knocked out. I'll try my best. But yeah, we're in talks.
That's so class. We're so excited about that.
We'll see who's the real money guy.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
And how are you, let's say, preparing for Social Knockout Part 2? How are you eating differently? Are you working out differently?
I'm gaining weight because the last fight I was healthy, but it's not my original weight. So I felt like a little bit weaker. But this one I'm going in my weight class proper, and the guy is like the same weight. So I'm happy, you know, with my weight. And plus, when I have more weight, the punches feel stronger.
The punches land.
And plus, this time it's 12 ounce. It's a big difference.
What does that mean?
Like the gloves is like almost professional.
Okay, good.
Like the punches, you feel it. Every punch you feel.
How does it feel to get hit in the ring?
You don't feel it. The pressure, that blood pressure, you don't feel it.
The adrenaline is
like you don't feel it. It's like normal. Because I some people will feel it. I do sparring with TK, so they beat me up. So I knew before the fight I have to spar. You know, professionals. So yeah, you got beaten up in the gym better than beating it up in front of millions.
I could not do that. Fair play. The last time we had you in the studio, we talked a lot more about your entrepreneurship and the business side of things. So now, how are you? Are you still doing entrepreneurship? Do you still have businesses? How are you balancing everything in life?
Yeah, so I have my own media company. We started the Social Knockout with the Tam. We sat together, so we're in partners. We started all of that. We got the influencers, and this influenced me. And I'm starting a lot of new stuff, like big stuff.
How do you have time for all of this?
It's crazy, but at the same time you have to balance. Like, you know, you have to do the business. And The business is where's the money? Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
Speaking of balancing businesses, we actually had Kindyman in studio a little while ago, and he dropped the announcement that there is a hype house, content creator house in the UAE. Mo Vlogs is living there.
Yeah.
Could you ever see yourself moving into a hype house with those guys, or making your own?
Never. I like to stay in my own lane because influencers is a bit too much drama.
Okay.
There's so much behind the scenes, I'll be honest, you know. So I stay in my own lane.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But you still you would be friends with Mo Vlog because we saw videos previously of you guys together.
Yeah, we're cool. We're cool. Yeah, we're cool.
So no content creator house just yet.
Yeah, no way. I'm gonna stay with the content house. No way. There's so much drama in this. You know this social media game. You guys have experience, but I can't stay around influencer. I like to stay in my own zone.
Well, I like to live on my I prefer on my own than with friends. So I get what you mean.
Yeah.
You say that you're balancing life, and I remember the last time you came on, we asked you what car you came here. This is a question that people ask billionaires and they ask entrepreneurs. What did you have for breakfast?
For breakfast, omelette, because of protein.
Because you're
and I went running like in the morning in the beach.
Which beach?
JBR.
Because
I booked a hotel. So before 2 weeks of my flight, I stay in a hotel right beside the gym. Gym, home, sleep. That's it. Yeah.
So pre-training, just so people have an idea of who you are, what's like a regular day for you?
Regular day in the training?
Before training.
Before training, I wake up, eat breakfast. No, I train I train twice a day. So in the morning I train empty stomach. So you feel like more tired. I like that feeling. And then I eat and then sleep. Or I do swimming. Swimming is really good for conditioning. So I do swimming and then sleep, like small nap, and then boxing pads in the night.
I just think people think you're so interested in money kicks and who you are as a person. It's crazy, and I love the celebrations after the first fight. I love how much effort you're putting into the next one.
I feel that the best feeling. That's why I wanted. I was not gonna fight in this card. I wanted to take a break, but I was like, I love that feeling. Winning, you know, boxing is different. It's the best feeling in the world.
And what's cool about this one is it's the first female Arab fight as well.
They're fighting. That's
so
good.
we have Jumana Khan versus going up against Sarlina.
Who do you think will win?
Jumana, she's coming in. So we are Team Jumana.
Team Jumana.
What about you?
Wallah, I don't know. I see. They're both my friends. I don't know. I don't want to get backlash, but I wish them all the best, both of them.
And what are do you have predictions for the others, or are you just focusing on yourself?
I must stay on my own lane. I don't want no drama, no nothing. I stay on my own lane.
I love that. Look, we've seen you grow up. We've seen you dip your toes in lots of businesses, creating the most unique social media content out there in the UAE. Do you have a 10-year plan before you leave us? Like, what's next for Money Kicks?
Yeah, I want to start my own charity foundation because I remember like my friend, Allah yarhamah, Ali, he passed away. He really influenced me about that charity thing. So I always said when I will reach it to the top, I'm going to make my own charity foundation, inshallah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Love the passion.
Yeah.
Guys, that is it with us on Money Kicks. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
The Social Knockout 2, October 15th, Coca-Cola Arena. Get your tickets now. You can be there. By the way, we've spoken about this before. The buzz for tickets for the first match was crazy. 20 million people tuned in.
20 million people tuned in. It was too much.
It was too much from all over the world. So you can be there, get your tickets, and that is it for us in the Lovin Dubai show. Stay safe, wash your hands. Bye-bye. Guys, that is a wrap for the Lovin Daily. We are back same time, same place every weekday morning. And of course, don't miss the Lovin Show every Tuesday where I chat with Dubai personalities. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and have a great day.